Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa has arrived in Brazil for the G20 Leaders Summit. It takes place from tomorrow until Tuesday. Some of the world's leading heads of state and government will gather in Rio de Janeiro. The forum represents 85% of the world's economy, 75% of world trade, and 67% of the global population. Newzroom Afrika's Vuyo Mvoko takes a look at what's on the menu ahead of a year that will see South Africa organising and running all of G20 meetings.
On the list of individual countries that will be gathering in Rio de Janeiro, South Africa will be the one with the smallest GDP. Yet a pivotal moment beckons for its diplomatic efforts when, after this coming week's two-day gathering, the country will symbolically assume the presidency of the summit, a first for the African continent. The Brazil summit will have laid the groundwork.
There's been a great deal of engagement between the South African the incoming South African presidency and the Brazilian presidency over the course of this year. As you can imagine, there are a lot of issues that both South Africa and Brazil hold dear from a socioeconomic developmental perspective, and so there is a natural progression. And if you look at the three key the sort of the tagline of the South African presidency as announced is really it's solidarity, equality, and sustainability. Really, very strongly building on what the Brazilians have highlighted.
South Africa stands ready.
At a date to be determined by the presidency, we will launch the program officially here in the Republic of South Africa after we've received the handover in Brazil, in Rio.
In the 1 year it will be in charge, South Africa will organize and chair about 200 meetings. And with that will come a unique opportunity to shape global conversations around the world's economy, reducing inequalities, environmental preservation, sustainable peace, and the expansion of freedoms. And so, 17 and 18 November 2024, the beginning of South Africa's new date with world politics. Assuming, of course, that there'll be neither a residual anger nor backlash over such issues as South Africa's decision to take Israel to the International Court of Justice over Palestine, or what some among the powerful think is a rather ambivalent stance on the Russia-Ukraine conflict.
Under obviously a new US administration, I think there are potentially some challenges there in terms of how we navigate that space.
For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Vuyo Mvoko.